Imagine being in a place so cold, that your blood would freeze. A place where the water is almost ice, but still liquid. Now imagine that you are a fish that lives in this environment every day, and that, against all the rules of biology, has no hemoglobin, no red blood cells, and yet it is alive, breathing, swimming, with clear blood. The question is, how? How can an animal survive without what all other complex organisms consider essential? The answer is not simple, and perhaps it is not even allowed. Because the more you understand this fish, the more it seems like it is an intentional mistake, a bug in the code of life, or worse, an answer to a question no one had the courage to ask. After all, who said that blood has to be red, or that life has to follow rules? This fish ignores all that, and it does so under a layer of ice over 2 meters thick, in the dark waters of Antarctica. There, while all other fish would freeze inside, it swims as if it were at home, because, for it, being alive is an act of defiance, of affront, of reinvention. Its scientific name Ichneithidae, but you could call it an icefish. But that name doesn't do it justice, because it's more than a fish. It's a genetic code that took hemoglobin out of the equation and decided, let's see what happens. And what happened is that he survived, but not just any old way. He adapted in such an extreme way that it seems unbelievable. His blood vessels are wider, his heart beats twice as hard, and the plasma, it circulates like a crystal-clear river of natural antifreeze, as if nature itself had put antifreeze in his blood. But the strangest thing, he doesn't miss the hemoglobin, because oxygen in ice is more abundant, and it simply flows. But this raises another question. If he can do so well without red blood cells, are red blood cells really essential? Or are we just one of many possible paths that life has chosen to follow? Maybe this fish is proof that everything we've learned about evolution needs to be rewritten. And that's where the mystery begins. Because some research suggests that the loss of hemoglobin was a genetic error, an accident. But instead of dying, the fish adapted. And not only did they survive, they dominated today. There are 16 species of icefish swimming peacefully through polar waters. And they all have one thing in common: invisible blood. An entire lineage that proves that losing something vital can sometimes be the best way to evolve. And there's more. This fish isn't slow or weak. It's efficient, cold, literally, and it has an antifreeze protein that prevents ice crystals from forming in its body. Think about it for a second. While you're freezing meat in the freezer, this fish lives inside, with its entire body exposed to the freezing, and yet it's intact, functional, fluid. But this brings us to another point. Why would nature do this? What is the purpose of creating a creature that can survive where no other dares? Is life testing the limits of what is possible? Or is there something about these extreme environments that we need to understand before it's too late? Because, you see, we are exploring the ocean floor less than we are exploring space. And maybe, just maybe, this fish is the first of many secrets hidden in the icy waters. Creatures that have escaped the rules, the books, the logical explanations, and that are there, waiting to be discovered. And that's why this video is just the beginning, because if you thought a fish without red blood was shocking, wait until you discover the next creature in our series, an animal that lives without a brain. Yes, without a brain, and yet it makes decisions, it hunts, it survives. But that's a topic for the next video. Sign up now, because on our next dive, the creature we'll find could change once again everything you thought you knew about life. And here, each video is a piece of the puzzle. And the more you watch, the more you understand that evolution is not a line. It's a spiral, and that sometimes mistakes are nature's greatest inventions.